Hey everyone, Sean Closset here, your local guide to Denver, Colorado real estate. My job is to help people find their dream home in this amazing city, and I take that responsibility very seriously. But I believe my most important job, the one that truly serves my clients, is to provide honest, transparent, and completely candid advice. Just last week, I had a conversation with a wonderful family who had moved here a few months ago. They loved the mountains, but they were struggling with a sense of culture shock they hadn't anticipated. It was the little things, the daily realities that don't show up in a beautiful Instagram photo. Their experience solidified why I needed to make this video. The truth is, while I love Denver, it isn't the right fit for everyone. Today, we're going to have that very candid conversation. We are diving into the facts you absolutely must know before you even consider moving to Denver. This is the unfiltered guide to making sure you're making the right decision for your life. First, let's talk about the physical reality of the altitude. This isn't just about feeling breathless for a week. For the first 72 hours you're here, you are at a higher risk for acute mountain sickness, headaches, nausea, fatigue. The best advice I can give is to take it incredibly easy your first few days. Avoid strenuous activity and alcohol, which has a much more potent effect at this elevation. Beyond the initial acclimation, you must accept that you now live in a high desert environment. The air is perpetually dry. This means you will need to invest in and constantly use more chapstick, lotion, and saline nasal spray than you ever thought possible. It will dry out your skin, your sinuses, and even your belongings. Hardwood floors and wooden instruments like guitars require humidifiers to prevent them from cracking over time. It's a constant low-level battle against dryness. Second, let's stay on the domestic reality of altitude. Your daily life in the kitchen will change. Water boils at a lower temperature here, about 202 degrees Fahrenheit instead of 212. This means things like pasta, rice, and hard-boiled eggs take noticeably longer to cook. Baking is a completely new science. Standard recipes from sea level will often fail, rising too quickly in the thin air and then collapsing into a dense mess. You will have to learn to make high-altitude adjustments, like reducing baking soda by a quarter teaspoon, increasing flour by a couple of tablespoons, and raising your oven temperature. On a quirkier note, you'll notice that any sealed package you buy at a lower elevation, like a bag of chips, will inflate like a balloon on the drive up and may even pop. It's a funny but tangible reminder that the atmospheric pressure here is fundamentally different. Third, you must understand the paradox of our famous sunshine. Yes, we are blessed with over 300 days of it, which is incredible for your mental health. However, the sun at this altitude is not the gentle, friendly sun you might be used to. It is intense and carries a real risk. The thinner atmosphere provides less of a protective filter, making the UV radiation about 25% more potent than at sea level. You can get a serious sunburn on a cool, windy day in March while still wearing a jacket. This is why skin cancer rates in Colorado are unfortunately higher than the national average. Diligence with high SPF sunscreen, sunglasses, and a hat isn't just a suggestion for a day at the park. It's a critical daily health habit, even for your commute through the car window. Fourth, because of this intense sun and our position relative to the mountains, you have to master the art of layering. Our weather is famous for its dramatic swings, and the concept of false spring is very real. It can be 70 degrees and sunny in February, only to be hit by a major blizzard 2 days later. Our biggest snowstorms historically happen in March and April. The local uniform is, without a doubt, layers. You'll start a spring morning with a fleece or a light puffy jacket, be down to a t-shirt by the afternoon, and need that jacket again the second the sun dips behind a cloud or the mountains. My number one rule for every Coloradan is to always keep a jacket, a hat, and a bottle of water in your car, no matter how beautiful it looks when you leave the house. Fifth, let's have a housing reality check, starting with the true price of admission. The dream of a charming, affordable Mountain View home is, for most people, not realistic. The median home price in the Denver metro is substantially higher than the national average, but it's not just the list price. In our competitive market, it's common for buyers to have to offer more than the asking price and include an appraisal gap clause in their contract. This means if you offer $600,000, but the home only appraises for $580,000, you are contractually obligated to bring that $20,000 difference to closing in cash, on top of your down payment. This is a significant cash risk many newcomers are unprepared for. Sixth, let's dig deeper into the hidden headaches of Denver's historic homes. The beautiful brick bungalows in neighborhoods like Wash Park or Congress Park are stunning, but they come with a hidden price tag. Many homes built before the 1950s still have original clay sewer lines, which are famous for attracting tree roots, leading to a very expensive sewer line replacement. You might also find outdated knob and tube wiring, which can be a fire hazard and difficult to insure, or the presence of asbestos in old tiles and popcorn ceilings. Many of the basements in these homes were never intended intended as living spaces. They have low ceilings and are prone to moisture issues. An inspection on an old Denver home is not just a formality, it's a forensic investigation. Seventh, you need to grasp the reality of Denver's geographic isolation. We are a thriving major city, but we are an urban island. You can't just decide to take a quick weekend road trip to another major city. A drive to Kansas City is 9 hours. Salt Lake City is 8 hours. This isolation fosters a very strong and proud Colorado identity, where weekend travel is more about exploring our own state's diverse regions. It also means that for national music tours or events, Denver is often the only stop for hundreds of miles, making tickets for popular shows incredibly competitive and expensive. Eighth, while Denver is an incredibly dog-friendly city, that friendliness comes with a specific set of rules and high cultural expectations. Many apartment buildings have strict breed restrictions. More importantly, there's a strong culture of responsible pet ownership that extends to our trails. You must keep your dog on a leash in most open space parks to protect the fragile ecosystem and wildlife. You also need to be aware of trail hazards like rattlesnakes and coyotes, and many locals invest in rattlesnake aversion training for their hiking companions. It's a fantastic place for dogs, but only for well-behaved ones with owners who respect the rules of the wild. Ninth, you must understand that traffic here is a lifestyle. It's not just one problem, it's a multifaceted challenge that dictates your schedule. There's the daily commuter rush on I-25 and I-225. There's the weekend mountain goer traffic on I-70, which starts as early as 5 a.m. on a Saturday heading west. And then there's the event traffic around our downtown sports venues, which can gridlock the entire area. You learn to plan your life around avoiding these choke points. 10th, let's clarify the cannabis culture. While it is legal for adults, the smell of marijuana is a common part of the sensory landscape in denser neighborhoods. This can be a pro or a con, but it's a reality you should be aware of. Also, the regulations are strict. Driving under the influence carries the same severe penalties as a DUI for alcohol, and you absolutely cannot take any products out of the state. 11th, our public transportation system, the RTD, has limitations. The A-Line train to the airport is fantastic. The light rail is effective for a direct commute downtown. However, the system struggles with the last mile problem. Your station might be a mile or more from your actual office with limited bus connectivity. For most residents, living without a car is not a practical or efficient option. 12th, the social life here is deeply tied to outdoor activities. The default social invitation is often a suggestion to meet at a trailhead. This can be a financial and physical barrier for some. Skiing is an expensive sport. A good mountain bike is a significant investment. If you're not an avid outdoor enthusiast, you can absolutely find your tribe, but you may have to be more proactive in seeking it out in the city's great arts, music, and volunteer communities. Finally, a bonus 13th fact: be prepared for the brown season. People see photos of the lush green Rocky Mountains in July and assume it looks like that year-round. The reality is that for much of the year, from fall through spring, the Front Range landscape is very brown, dry, and windswept. The beautiful green of summer is relatively short-lived. This can be visually jarring for people moving from wetter, greener parts of the country. My goal in sharing these facts is not to discourage you, it's to arm you with a realistic, unvarnished perspective so you can arrive with your eyes wide open. Denver is a place that rewards preparation and a can-do attitude. Knowing these things up front allows you to make an informed choice and helps you build a life here that is not only successful, but also deeply enjoyable. If you're ready to have a deeper conversation about any of these points, I'm here to be your resource. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more honest Denver insights, and let me know in the comments which of these facts surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.